Hi everyone, it's Erin Nielsen here from toned10fitness.com. I wanted to do a video today on what I eat to stay looking younger than my 40s. So a lot of people get surprised when I tell them in my 40s, so they want to know, what do you eat? What are your secrets? So I actually have three main secrets that help me to look younger. One is exercise, which we've talked about a little bit already, because that helps to increase your human growth hormone. But also, food and sleep are other huge factors in helping me look younger. And it's the secret to a lot of people that look younger. So today I wanted to focus a little bit more on the food portion, and then maybe in a later video I can do one on maximizing your sleep, which again is very important. So I try to simplify how I eat as much as possible because there's so much conflicting information out there. People get so confused. Should I be counting my calories? Should I be counting my carbohydrates? Should I eat 6 times a day? Should I eat 3 times a day? It's very confusing. So I try to simplify it as much as possible. And I tell people to just remember the 4 Ps. So the 4 Ps are, you want to try to always at each meal have protein and produce. So the first 2 Ps. And then you want to try to avoid packaged food and processed food. Now, in fairness, there are some better processed and packaged foods coming out. Not processed, but packaged foods coming out that are not processed and that have all natural ingredients. So we can talk about that maybe in a different video, because that's a whole video in and of itself. But for the most part, packaged and processed foods tend to not be quite as good for you as clean natural foods that you can find in nature. So in addition to the protein and produce, I also really advocate a lower sugar diet, which kind of just takes care of itself if you follow the 4 Ps that we were talking about. Because remember that sugar, if you have a lot of sugar, sugar increases inflammation in your body, which inflammation causes free radicals in your body, and that causes aging. So we don't want that. In addition to aging, it's also the cornerstone of a lot of the diseases out there. So it's just bad. So you want to have as low of a sugar diet as possible. But like I said, if you're following that 4P rule, eating protein and produce and avoiding the packaged and processed foods, you're pretty much going to be already having a lower sugar diet, and that's what's so great about the simplicity of it. The other thing that I do like to talk about is healthy fats. Healthy fats are really important for staying young because your body actually needs fat to help to repair its cells, the cells in your body. And if you don't eat enough fat, your body isn't able to repair those cells like it should, which ages you. So again, it's going to age your organs and your skin, and you're just going to look older. So you do need to have enough healthy fats in your diet, and a lot of great examples of healthy fats would be olive oil. That's a great one for like garnishing your salads, dressing your salads. You don't want to use olive oil too much for cooking because it does have a low smoking point. So if you allow that to happen, it's going to take all the powerful benefits of the olive oil and basically take them away. So try to use olive oil on your salads and your lower cooking temperatures, maybe under like 300 degrees. And for higher cooking points, like if you're going to make anything above 300 degrees in the oven, or if you're going to sear something, you want to use butter, or if you're allergic to dairy, you could use ghee, you could use coconut oil, and you can also use avocado oil. There's a lot of other oils. Those are some of my favorites that have a higher cooking point that work really well. But there's a whole list on the internet if you want to look that up. And again, I can do a video sometime about that too. So those are my main things that you want to look out for. But ultimately, if you can remember the 4 Ps, so protein and produce at every meal, avoid the processed and packaged foods, and try to have healthy fats at each meal, you're going to be doing really good. So kind of a day in my life I'll kind of go through, so it might help you to understand how I eat each day. So in the morning for me, usually what I'll have is some eggs with a bunch of veggies. So the eggs is my protein, the veggies is my produce. And then for lunch, I'll usually have like a spinach salad with a bunch of veggies and some sort of protein, usually chicken or fish or maybe leftovers from the night before. And for a snack, I usually try to have either protein or produce, or I'll have healthy fats like almonds with maybe a piece of fruit or some cherry tomatoes. So I'll have, if I choose to have a protein of meat, I might have like maybe 1 to 2 pieces of bacon with a little piece of fruit. And if I want to have nuts that day, I'll have nuts with like maybe some cherry tomatoes, like I said, or some strawberries, raspberries. I love all those berries. So that's a great snack and very filling. And then for dinner, what I'll usually have is, again, another protein and some sort of yummy veggie. We really like to roast vegetables, so we'll a lot of times have Brussels sprouts, butternut squash, cauliflower, broccoli. Might have another spinach salad if you're in the mood. But anything. There's so many different combinations, which is great. A lot of great recipes out there. And I truly believe, for those of you that don't like vegetables, I feel like if you start making them the yummy way that I do, which is roasting them, I think you'll love them. I tended not to like vegetables, but I really believe once I started making them roasted, and there's a lot of other ways you can do that, but it's just particularly one of my favorite ways to do it is roasting in the oven. It just gives it a really smoky, yummy flavor. It doesn't get overdone. I don't like mushy vegetables, and I think that's why a lot of people don't like vegetables. So try it. And I always put recipes up on my Facebook page and on my Instagram page if you're looking for some inspiration for some yummier vegetables. But if you want to go slow into the produce part of this whole diet, you can start with fruit. But again, the fruit is higher in sugar, so you may not see weight loss if you're searching for that. But you should see the anti-aging benefits of fruit. So, and then you can kind of slowly try to increase your vegetables with new recipes. So, the other thing I like to talk about with food is just portion control. I think in terms of the produce, you don't really have to worry about that unless you're eating a lot of fruit, because again, fruit does have sugar in it. But in terms, if you're thinking about vegetables, you can pretty much have as much vegetables as you want. You don't have to really worry about that portion control. The portion control that I try to monitor, but not too strictly, is the protein. So I'll just very simply look at the size of the protein and try to measure it to the size of my fist, because that's just a really good gauge. It's usually somewhere between 4 and 5 ounces for me. If you're someone that likes to be a little bit more regimented, you could buy a kitchen scale and measure it that way, but I tend to like to go the easy route so I don't feel like I'm obsessing over it. I like it just to be easy and say, okay, that looks about the right size, and go with it like that. So the other thing I like to talk about, and this is another very lovely anti-aging benefit and anti-aging food that I pretty much have each day, is dark chocolate. So dark chocolate's actually on my list of one of my top 10 fat-burning foods as well. So it's really great at helping you burn fat and really great at helping you look younger. Now, you have to watch your portion control here too. I usually only eat, maybe 2 to 3 little squares of a chocolate bar. And you do want to make sure that the chocolate is 75% or higher cacao content, which will say right on the bar. And the reason for that is if it's above 75%, then you know the sugar is going to be lower, and we don't want the sugar because that increases inflammation, which will age us more. So you want to make sure it's at least 75% cacao. That'll make sure the sugar is low, in addition to that the antioxidant potency of the bar that you're eating is higher. So the lower the sugar, the higher the antioxidants will be. So those antioxidants are what fight free radicals in your body, because the free radicals are what age you. So the more antioxidants you have, the better your skin will look. So yay, dark chocolate. So I have that every day. Now if you're really trying to lean out, you may not want to have it every day, or you may just want to like limit yourself to 1 square every day, but once you reach your weight loss goals, I have it every day. You'll love it. It's so yummy. So that's pretty much a day in my life and what I eat each day. I try to keep it really simple. So just remember the 4 P's, protein and produce at each meal. Avoid packaged and processed foods. And try to have healthy fats at each meal. So again, a couple of other examples of healthy fats I think I already mentioned. Olive oil, but another great one is salmon And again, those lovely nuts like almonds and macadamia nuts. And let's see what else. Those are my main favorites. But there are a lot of other ones, and we can talk about those later. But those are really easy ones to kind of get in your diet every day. So if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know what you think. You can leave a comment below. And subscribe to my channel if you're liking what you're seeing on here. I would love it. And you can also join me on Facebook and Instagram. And I look forward to talking to you more. And check out www.toned10fitness.com. Thanks all.